everyone, my name's Lily and I'm a book blogger behind Utopia State of Mind, and today I thought it would be fun to talk about the top authors on my shelf in terms of kind of number of books. That's why this looks super empty. I had some honorable mentions as well because as I was making the list I was like, oh wait, I actually have more from this author. So it ended up turning into kind of a large list. I won't be able to show you all of the books that I have from each author because some of them are home, some of them are here. Moving is hard, books are heavy, end of story. So I'll be able to tell you what books I have, but I won't be able to show you all of them. So let's just start off with, I think, number one, which has to be, can you guess it? First of all, I'll leave a little spot for people to guess, but can you guess number one? Because it is R of Gong. I'm holding up a copy of The Poppy War, but in case anyone wanted to know, because I'll chat in this section a little bit about what copies I have and also what are my, maybe I'll just do my number, like my first book recommendation or my book recommendation of all the books that I've read from this author. So for that, I own the Poppy War hardcovers. So the Poppy War, the Dragon Republic, and the Burning God. I own the Burning God paperback because it has my name in it, my blog name. I think I might want to honestly treat myself to like the first two as well. Try to get them signed from Rebecca from Harvard Bookstore. Not sure yet. I have the arcs of all three, so the Poppy War, Dragon Republic, and the Burning God. And I have 2 arcs of Babel. It's kind of hard to describe as 2 arcs of Babel. I have on my thing 9, but how is that 9? Let's see. 2. Oh, it is 9. I don't know why I counted it so weirdly on my fingers. Maybe I counted it right, but that weird finger. So yeah, because it's 3 and then 3 and then 2. Yeah, 9. So that's 9. Obviously, if you're in the vibe for fantasy, like fantasy that is sort of historical fantasy, I mean both of them I guess now that I think about a historical fantasy, but if you want a series, Poppy War. Check out the trigger warnings about the Poppy War. If you want my latest obsession, then it has to be Babel. So that is number 1. Number 2 actually was surprising to me, but as I was thinking about it, I was like, actually this is number 2. It is N.K. Jemisin. I read the 5th season a while ago, so that's why I feel like you don't hear me talking about it as much, but I adored this series so much. I have the entire series in paperback. I only have this one with me though, so I have the 5th season, the Obelisk Gate, and then what is the 3rd one called? It's escaping me and it's gonna bother me so much, but I have all 3. Then from the 100,000 Kingdoms, I have number 1 and number 2, which I'm not sure what the names are. It doesn't say. But anyway, so I have number 1 and number 2. I thought I had number 1 here, but I actually can't see it. And then I have, oh, it's the Obelisk Gate and the Stone Sky. Those are the other names. And then I have How Long Till Black Future Month. I can't remember the entire name of that. I will put it up here. I have that one, the hardcover, and I also have the ARC, which is signed by N.K. Jemisin. I briefly met N.K. Jemisin at a Brooklyn book festival ages ago, and I only had the ARC. I wish I had brought all my books, honestly, but I was not expecting to be able to make that panel and that signing, but I ended up just making it in general, and oh, it was an experience. I loved it. And then I have number 8. Why do I have 8? Oh, I have The City We Became. I was like, why do I have number 8? The City We Became. Love it so much. Basically, if you want a completed series that's more like a second world fantasy series, 5th season. Love it so much. I'm not done with the Inheritance trilogy. I've only read 1, so I can't like recommend that whole trilogy or that whole series. But if you also want a kind of contemporary urban fantasy with this idea of cities being embodied and becoming real, have to read The City Became. It's a series, but it's not done with it. I think the second one might be coming out this year. I'm so excited. I really want this book so much. So those are my 2 recommendations. And that came in a total of 8. And then the next one, I have a bunch of number 7s. So it's not really top 5 because I do have so many number 7s. The first one that I have in this pile is Rin Cupeco. I own their Bone Witch series twice. So I own all the hardcovers. This is the used one that I could find because they have stopped reprinting these, and so it's a little bit scuffed. Anyway, so I have Bone Witch, Shadow Glass, and Heartforger, and then I have the Illumicrate Archive edition of all three, and then I have Wicked As You Wish, the original hardcover edition, and I also have Wicked As You Wish, the paperback edition. So I have eight of them actually, not 7. So this is also tied, I guess, with NK Jemisin. I really love, this is another thing where the series is already finished for the Bone Witch, so I kind of have to recommend that one because then you can like read it back to back. That one. Then I also have Chloe Gong. I own a lot of books. Okay, so I have These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends, normal editions. And then I have the Owl Crate ones. And then I have the Fairy Loot ones. And then I have an arc of Our Violent Ends, which is signed to me. Technically, I also have 2 arcs because I also got one sent to me, but I am going to give that one away, hopefully. I do actually have 7/8, but I'm not counting the 8th one because it's not going to become part of my permanent collection. I'm seriously looking forward to Foul Lady Fortune. I've also read it already and it is fantastic, but would I love an arc of that one? Yes. I'm still also trying to collect the arc of These Violent Delights, mostly because then it would finish the collection. So that tentatively it's at 7, but hopefully maybe one day before Foul Lady Fortune comes out, then it'll be more. Also, I've pre-ordered a lot of books, actually, as well. That's what I will chat about for Babel. I'm interested in, there's going to be probably 2 special editions of Babel that I'm going to get from subscriptions. I've gotten the signed one from Harvard Bookstore, and I really hope that I can go to the UK launch events for Babel, and I'll probably have to get a book, and I'll probably have to get that one signed. So I'd have the normal one, which would bring, and then I have my 2 arcs, obviously, but would bring my total collection to 12. So, but for Foul Lady Fortune as well, I have the Barnes & Noble one pre-ordered. I'm expecting to get the Fairy Loot one in the pre-sale, hopefully. And then I feel like I have another one, if I can remember it. So that will also up the total. Have to recommend These Violent Delights, obviously. I also feel like if you haven't read These Violent Delights and want to read Foul Lady Fortune, you can do it. I wouldn't recommend it, not because you won't be able to understand it, just because I feel like you need to have the whole experience. So you need to read These Violent Delights first. It's fantastic, so please read that one. The next one that I have also with 7... Where's the name? Yes, 7. Is Emily XR Pan. I would have to recommend The Astonishing Color of After because that one just emotionally destroyed me. I think that An Arrow to the Moon was fantastic. I love it so much. Romeo and Juliet meets Chinese mythology in this one. But I think my emotional destruction was the most in The Astonishing Color of After. Of these books, I have, I have the signed US edition. I have a signed UK edition. I have the arc of it, the US arc. I have the US and the UK arc of An Arrow to the Moon, and I have a signed indie Books of Wonder, not edition, but Books of Wonder Arrow to the Moon copy, and then I also have the Fairy Loot. So I have 7 from Emily XR Pan. Love this book so much, and also love Emily's work as a whole. As I said, for maximum emotional destruction, The Astonishing Color of After. For just also a fantastic story, which is super clever and inventive as well, An Arrow to the Moon. Then the final one in the top tier, which is more than 5 actually, it's 6, but it is Anna Marie Mclemore. I have a lot of their books. I think I have 7. This was hard to count. I got different numbers every time. But anyway, I have Lake Lore. I'm gonna look on my shelf. I have Lake Lore. I have When the Moon Was Ours. I have The Weight of Feathers. I have Miss Meteor. I have Blanca y Roja. I have, gosh, 2 more. I should have brought them all down because this is the one that I think I might have all of them. Oh, sorry, for Rin Cupeco, I also have The Never Tilting World and The Ever Cruel Kingdom. So that would bring my total for Rin to 9. So, okay, I've lost track. Let's just go from the top down. So I have, this is a mess, obviously. I have Miss Meteor. Then I have, oh, Wild Beauty. That was the one I was forgetting. Then I have Blanca and Roja. Then I have When the Moon Was Ours. Then I have, keep on going. I have Lake Lore, which is on here. Oh, I have the Mirror Season. Mirror Season here, number 5. Let's keep going. I have The Weight of Feathers. Wild Beauty, number 7. The only one I'm missing, actually, is The Dark and Deepest Red, which I need. And I'm really excited for The Great Gatsby retelling coming from Anna Marie Mclemore. What book would I recommend from Anna Marie Mclemore out of all of the books that I have read? I think I've read all of their books. The Mirror Season, I think, is the most recent release. That one is, you should check the trigger warnings for that one. If you can handle them, definitely read that one, because that one was just like, emotionally, so, got me. I think, though, the first book I read was When the Moon Was Ours, and so I have to recommend that one because that was the first one that was kind of like, whoa, I need to read all of their books ever, period, and I've done it so far. So those were my top 6. I wanted to give an honorable mention, though, to Rachel Lynn Solomon. And Rachel Lynn Solomon, I think, has 6 or 7. I'm really bad at counting, period. For We Can't Keep Meaning Like This. This is the one I pulled off the shelf, but let me count it. So I have The X Talk and I have Weather Girl. They're up there in my paperback section. I obviously have We Can't Keep Meaning Like This. I have a paperback edition of Our Year of Maybe, which is also in the paperback section. I have a copy of See You Yesterday. That's 5. Why do I think I have 6? Oh, I have a copy of also You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone. I only know them by the spines, but it is this one, You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone. And I want to say that I have a copy of Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow. I don't know where it is. If that's true, then it's 7 and not 6, so then it would go in the top 7 authors on my shelf. I had a lot of runner-ups, like Katie Zhao. I have, I think 5 or 6 Katie Zhao's. I have a lot of Victoria Lee, I think 5-ish, I think. I have a lot of Jones books, the ones we're meant to find. So I just have a bunch of like runner-ups. In general, though, I'm so excited about how diverse my top 7 are. So double thumbs up. Anyway, please let me know what some of your top like authors on your shelves are. This was a exercise in remembering because, as I said, my book collection is kind of just all over the place, honestly. I'm sorry that I don't have it all with you, like with me. I'm actually sorry to myself I don't have them all with me, but I'm also sorry to you that I couldn't like show all of them. That is the dream one day, to have all of my books in one place. That would be the dream. As if you saw this and were like, oh, she doesn't have enough books. I have other books, other places. I have my reno, like, I do, I promise. Not that having a lot of books is the, indicator of a reader or bookworm. Have as many as few as you want. It honestly shouldn't define whether or not you're a reader or whether you're an avid like reader, I guess. You shouldn't let that define, or you shouldn't let that perception define how good a reader you are, or how avid, or how like much, you know, a part reading is of your life. But anyway, on that tangent, I hope you have a really great reading day, week, month, year. And I would really love to know what kind of your top authors are on your shelves. Okay, have a great day. Bye!